How it all started: the rise of call centers in India. India's role in global customer service. For many years, India was considered the world's hub for customer service, especially by companies based in the United States. Here's why. A large portion of the Indian population speaks fluent English. Labor costs in India were significantly lower than in the US. That made it much cheaper for American companies to hire Indian workers for remote support roles. Mass outsourcing begins. Seeing this economic advantage, major American corporations, including banks and multinational giants, began outsourcing their call center operations to India. Customer calls made in the US were electronically routed to call centers in India. In practice, it worked like this. A customer would dial a US number, but the person answering was halfway across the world, in India. This became so common that hearing an Indian accent on a customer service call became part of everyday life for Americans. Benefits on both sides. For American companies, they saved millions in salaries and infrastructure costs. For Indian workers, these were accessible jobs for newly graduated young adults. They were paid in US dollars, which translated into a significant amount in local currency. Working in a call center became a desirable career path in India. It was a gateway to rapid financial growth. The start of a call center culture. Over time, India's call center infrastructure became so robust and embedded that it essentially became part of the customer service culture in the US. Outsourcing reached such a scale that Indian-based service became the market standard. It was the perfect win-win scenario. American companies cut costs. Indian youth found well-paying jobs. Consumers got efficient support. India's combination of English proficiency and low labor costs made it the go-to location for outsourced call center services. It created a multi-billion-dollar industry and built what appeared to be an efficient, seamless global structure. But years later, this very system would be exploited by criminals, giving rise to one of the biggest phone scam mafias in modern history. The phone scam. How the billion-dollar scheme works. How the scam begins. It usually starts with a seemingly innocent phone call to an elderly American. The number that pops up on the screen appears to be from the US, thanks to spoofing technologies like caller ID manipulation. The voice on the other end speaks with an Indian accent, but that doesn't raise suspicion. After all, Americans have been hearing Indian customer service reps for decades. The initial hook. The scammer introduces himself as a representative of a trusted company, such as Microsoft, Amazon, the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, or even a law enforcement agency. He might say something like, "Hello, Mr. John Smith. This is David Johnson from Microsoft's security team. We've detected suspicious activity on your account." Fear as a weapon. Once trust is established, the scammer escalates the situation by using fear as a psychological weapon. He warns that the victim's computer has likely been hacked, that their bank data is at serious risk, that they could lose all their savings, and in some cases, even face arrest if no action is taken quickly. The remote access trap. Next comes the real danger. The scammer convinces the victim to install a remote access tool, such as AnyDesk, TeamViewer, LogMeIn. He claims this software is needed to fix the problem remotely. Why do people fall for it? Most victims are elderly. They have limited tech knowledge. They're more easily alarmed. And they're highly vulnerable to emotional manipulation. Meanwhile, the scammers are extremely well trained. They speak with confident, persuasive tones. They follow carefully scripted conversations. And they often know personal details about the victim, collected from online data leaks or social media. The theft begins. Once the scammer gains remote control of the victim's computer, they can access emails, bank accounts, and credit card info, make unauthorized transfers, steal and copy sensitive personal and financial data. All of this happens while pretending to fix an issue that never existed. In many cases, scammers walk away with thousands of dollars from a single call.